Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Michael Hartley with Action Coach. What needs to pivot in my business, kickstart your day, get you refocused, because business is changing daily right now. We are here today with the amazing business owner of the Yogurt Experience, Miss Rebecca Darling. Rebecca, thank you so much for joining us and having some fun, sharing the success that your business has had this calendar year. So if you wouldn't mind, give the audience a brief history of kind of you and your business and those kind of things.
Great. Well, thank you for having me. My name is Rebecca Darling, and I am here in Austin, Texas. And I have a background in sales. I was in pharmaceutical sales with Pfizer for 17 years. I worked my way up from a sales rep all the way to a district manager. Actually, it's what brought us here to Austin. But in unfortunate circumstances, they merged with another big pharmaceutical company, and then the very next day cut 40,000 of us. And I happened to be the new person in town and got the cut. But I look at it as a blessing because I took so many lessons from my time there with Pfizer, and I've been able to incorporate that with other opportunities that I've tried. And I tried lots of things. I did like the pyramid sales, didn't really enjoy that very much. I started a website called Are We There Yet Mom, all about travel with family, and started working with companies like Disney and Hyatt and Ford and Chevy, and really did a lot of fun Instagram, Facebook marketing with them. But then my kids were getting older and ready to fly the coop, and I decided, okay, I need to focus on staying home and not traveling so much. At the time, I had a website called Round the Rock. It's activities and events in Round Rock, a very hyper-local business-oriented website. And I knew of a business owner who was going to be selling her frozen treats shop. That's the way she described it. And I knew exactly what it was. So I called her on the phone and said, I'm interested. And it took a couple months, and we purchased the Yogurt Experience, which was a long-standing, wonderful yogurt shop here in Round Rock. It had been there already for 10 years when we purchased it. So we bought it, and I'm going to be completely honest, I hated it. I hated it for the first 2 years. It was the hardest thing I ever did. Every single day I was like, why did I buy a business? Obviously, there were circumstances that didn't help. First one is I was blind going into owning a business. I had no idea what I was doing. It took me a full year to even just learn how to run the business. The second year, I unfortunately went through breast cancer, so I wasn't as there as I would have liked to have been. The third year, hello, COVID. I mean, it was just like back to back problems. Luckily, in January, I met your group, and you and I had a one-on-one. And I think I was recalling earlier before the call that I told you my goal is to make this successful so I can sell it. I'm done with this. And within like 4 or 5 months after working with my coach, who is Irina Alexander, my favorite Russian out there. That's her nickname on Instagram, if anyone does not know that. I wasn't saying it. Anyways, after working with her for the past 4 months, I am loving owning a business. I am enjoying the challenges that are coming with it and discovering what ways I can grow the business. So much so that I'm like, I don't know what the future holds. I may just keep riding this wave and see how things go. Maybe grow the business to more locations. I don't know. I'm not saying it. So that's a brief about me and my sweet little yogurt shop.
That's awesome. Yeah, you always have to be careful what you say in front of a coach, because then we actually hold you accountable to doing it. So congratulations on the success. Let's dive into some of the ways that you have found success. So for those that don't know you or your story, this calendar year, you've had some record months in your business.
Yes.
Multiple record months in your business, which is fun as a business owner, right? You start to see those kind of things flourish. So let's start at the very beginning of increasing ultimately sales and profitability. Marketing, lead generation, marketing, those type of things. As a business owner, what has been one of your biggest lessons learned in marketing of a business?
Well, there's actually a few things that I've encountered in my last couple of months with y'all. In the past, I would just throw things out there. Let's try this promo. Let's try this special yogurt, and I would never let things stick. I never took my time to really see if things worked. So I think my biggest learning that I've encountered for the past couple of months is that I need to track my tactics to see what actually is working instead of going, well, I think that worked, or I did this social media promotion, but I don't know, let's try it again. And I felt like that was a waste of effort for years, that I never really looked back to see what tactics actually worked. And we have been doing that, and it's been extremely eye-opening for me. What I thought was working was not working, and what I thought wouldn't work is working.
Isn't that interesting?
Mhm.
Once you have the data in front of you, it allows you to make much better decisions for the business.
Correct.
So for marketing, then we get into sales and increasing your average sale and those type of things. What's been a major lesson learned that's led to increased success in that area?
Um, Irina's going to laugh at this, but I took a leap of faith and on inspiration went ahead and bought some extra items to sell in my shop. And I remember I texted her on a Friday going, I'm really sorry. I know it's not our coaching time, but I have this great idea and I want to jump on it. And she's like, oh, I don't know. But she let me do it. She let me make the mistake, which I appreciate. I bought, and I'll be very specific here, I bought these jars of candy that I thought, well, oh my God, these are amazing. They're unique. They're different. People are going to buy this on top of their yogurt. Surely. No, they have collected dust on my shelf for 3 months. So much so that every week Irina was like, are we ready to put a discount on those candies to get rid of them? No, we can't do that. So I guess when it comes down to it, my lesson learned is that I needed to move a little bit slower and not impulsively, maybe try the candies out before jumping. I think I was so anxious to increase my dollar per transaction because I have this space. And for those of you that haven't been through a strategy session with you, walking through the 6 ways, one of the top ways that I wanted to increase my overall sales was to raise that number, the dollar sale per transaction. Because I have a dedicated space, I can't change the price of rent, but I can change what walks out the door. I was like, okay, let's sell more. Let's sell more. So that was the candies. Now, contrary on the other side, I also brought in fresh baked macaroons from a bakery up in Dallas that had been extremely successful. So that I did take my time with. That I did buy a little bit and tried them out. So I think that was kind of the biggest aha. Again, goes back to marketing. Try something first before jumping full in, and measure it.
Testing that out is extremely important. Anytime you're going to roll something out, as you pointed out, you test it in smaller segments to figure out what really works. Once you find what works, then you can go all in on it and watch it expand and those type of things. Because oftentimes we think we know what our customers want.
Right? Exactly.
They have to tell us what they actually are looking for. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Marketing, sales. Now let's look at team. So any business looking to grow requires team. What have been one or two big lessons learned that you've had on team?
The biggest lesson and the most fun that I've had with my team has definitely been bringing them into my sales goal. So for instance, you mentioned that I hit a lot of top goals. Well, in March, I actually hit the top sales month for the entire history of the business. So within the 13 years the business has been open, I had the highest sales score in a March, not even the summer. And the reason why I think is because I brought my team into a sales goal. I said, this is the number I want. I want it. And I remember making the number and going, maybe I should go down a little bit. Maybe I should, no, I shouldn't shoot for that. And I'm so happy I did because we blew it out of the water. We were $3,000 over our sales goal because I invested in my team to help me get that goal. I gave them tactics. I told them what to say. I provided a sales goal every single month. And I told them, if you hit this goal, everyone gets a $50 gift card to wherever you want it from. They were so excited. I mean, I have a bunch of 18 and 17-year-old employees, but they were so excited that we, again, blew it out of the water. So the biggest learning is to bring them into whatever sales goal you want and see how they can help you get that. Every month we've done something different to incentivize them, and they love it. Every month they're like, what's our new goal? What's this? What's that? So they're helping me get those goals.
I love it. And something else that you just hit on is the fact that you have teenagers working in your business.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Personal philosophy is the fact that when a business is systematized to the level that it really can be, about 80% of most businesses can be systematized, and you humanize the other 20%. When we're focusing on creating those processes and things like that, you should be able to have a 17-year-old run your business.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have McDonald's who for decades have had 21-year-olds, 19-year-olds as managers in their business.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get a 21-year-old to do almost anything in life. Like, right? Like someone who has been a 21-year-old, like I know, like you couldn't get me to do a whole lot of things when I was at 18, 19 years old. So I commend you on that. That's amazing that you have these individuals working as a team, and you're leading them. Truly, you are leading them towards a destination point that you desire for the business to hit. Well done. Marketing, sales team. Let's dive into just being a business owner, the CEO, the person who is responsible for leading the business. What's been your biggest lesson learned there?
My biggest lesson I think I've learned is that I knew nothing. I thought I knew how to run a business. And maybe not nothing. That's a little hard. I knew stuff. I knew tactics and things to try. But I worked for Pfizer for 15 years. I was taught amazing things, and I'm using some of those, but I can't imagine if I didn't have any of those as my background, how I'd be running this. And I know there's people out there that don't have that sales and marketing background that are running businesses, and they don't know what they're doing, for lack of a better way to say it. I mean, I don't feel like I knew what I was doing until I was taught and led through the processes with my coach. The success sells itself and shows you right there. That's been the biggest eye opener for me. I wish, my husband said this the other day, you are happier in this business. I wish you would have done this years ago. And I completely do. I feel like the first 3 years were wasted. I just do. So.
Wow. So now what? So you have a business that's doing things that you didn't anticipate. You're having more fun in it. Cause again, you put, like, when we first sat down, you're like, I can't wait to get rid of this thing.
I did.
I get it to where it's like just doing okay and let me get rid of it. So, and that was 5 months ago. So in 5 months time, this drastic shift. So what's next for Rebecca?
Well, I have another business. I have a magazine called Round the Rock. It's an actual print magazine that I've taken from my website that I've had for 7 years and turned it into a print. And I'm so incredibly proud of that. So I can't wait for my coach to get her hands on my magazine. I really can't. I really think it's going to explode with the right tactics, because I've been juggling both of these. And now that I feel like I've gotten a firm grasp on the yogurt experience, and like you said, I can have 17-year-olds run it. I have an amazing team that's going to run it behind. I'm hiring this week someone who will help me with sales of more catering jobs and just different, another tactic that I'm going to use to increase my dollar per transaction. So I'm getting to a point where I feel like I can tip this way. and allow the magazine to come up. So I can't wait. That's what's next. I can't wait for Irina to get her hands on my magazine. I hope she's listening today.
She is. She was actually just texting me a minute ago.
Okay.
That's awesome. For those that are watching, what would be one thing that you would like to leave them with?
Gosh, I mean, I've said it over and over. I put off getting a coach. I mean, I toyed with it in the back of my mind. I need a coach. I need someone to help me. I say it again. Do it. Jump off into that murky water of unknown and allow someone to throw you that lifeboat or life ring and pull you along with your business. Maybe not the best analogy in the world, but that's what it really felt like to me. I was in deep, dark, murky waters, not really knowing what direction to go. And as soon as Irina came into my life, I really have focused and I have a goal. And I mean, I'm a people pleaser to begin with. So I totally want to please my coach. And I'm like, yes, I'll do whatever you tell me. So maybe not everyone has that personality like I do. But regardless, just having someone to provide those guidelines for you, just do it. Don't even sit around thinking about it. Just join you. And I mean, you're the one who brought me in our one-on-one. I was like, sign me up today. So that would be my encouragement.
You just touched on something that I want to make sure that we stop on for a moment.
Yes.
In your opinion, just jumping into coaching is the first major step. There's also another major step that has to take place to get results from coaching, what would you say would be that?
Oh, you have to do it.
You have to go do it. Yes.
You physically have to do the work. Yeah.
Without that, you don't get results.
It's not easy. Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Rebecca, thank you again for sharing your success with the overall community. For those that have questions or want to reach out or want to go have the yogurt experience, what's the best way for them to get in contact with you or go in person?
Yeah, well, obviously, I want to throw out an offer for anyone who hasn't tried the yogurt experience. Please come in and see us. You may not always see me there because I am working on the business, not in the business. So, but if you mention to any of my sales reps in there, or my employees, that you saw me on this podcast or however we're streaming it, to go ahead and I'll offer you a buy one, get one free, to try us and let us know. If anyone that wants to talk or has any questions, you can always reach me at info@yogurtexperience.com. Yogurtexperience.com, not the.
Yogurtexperience.com. You can tell you're well coached, giving out the offer. I love it. That makes my heart warm a little bit. Thank you again, Rebecca. Thank you for those who watch. We're going to be doing these consistently to add more and more value. So thank you very much. And everybody, I'm Dr. Michael Hartley. This is Rebecca. Bye for now.